I'm Jason Bender, lead designer on Diablo 3 console. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what we've changed from the PC version, bringing it over to PlayStation and Xbox. So we're on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 on September 3rd. Right now we're playing on the PlayStation. So in bringing Diablo to the console, the first thing we started with was the controller, right? So the two things we're mainly concerned about are the controller and the couch. So with the controller, you can see that even with just the analog stick, I'm able to walk and run, and we even added on the right stick the ability to evade. This is a huge departure from PC. This allows you to be really tactical and roll around, get behind things. You know, you still have to use leap, but it allows you to make a lot of tactical decisions, like getting out of a huge horde of monsters like this one, and that's just one example of how we've tuned for the controller. You know, we also started with the interface, and the interface is very different. But ultimately, you can see that it has all of the depth of the PC. We have tons of details in our equipment. We have millions of kinds of loot. We have 4 different kinds of modes of gameplay, and all of the difficulty settings you have on the PC. So every bit of depth, but every piece has been hand-tuned to work on the console. We've also changed the way loot works. So considering there's usually 4 players on the couch, you could be playing alone, you could have people playing over the internet, you could have people on the couch, or any combination of local and remote. We want to make sure that you're not spending all of your time rooting through your bags. So we added the ability to quickly equip things on the screen here on the left. If I don't get killed, I'll show you. Down here on the bottom left, I can equip that belt. That'll give me some more damage. It'll help me wipe these guys out a little more easily. That means that you can equip things on the fly, and you can also drop things for your friends when you're playing. This is really helpful because it's not a split screen game, it's a shared screen. There are very few games of this depth that allow you to have some people local and some people remote. So it's really great for us to have been able to streamline the game for that experience. Also, the items are more targeted to your class, so even though we drop fewer items overall, we target them so that you have a higher chance of an upgrade. That means you have more legendaries and better rare items. This is true of crafting as well. So we've also added a few other things in addition to little things like rolling. Even though it's a big tactical feature, we've also done some more cinematic things. Like we've tuned our boss fights, we've added more dynamic cameras, and we've rebalanced everything to work with your new controls. We've rebalanced the majority of the monsters have new AI, and we've even changed the monster distribution in the existing levels so that you have different groups of monsters to fight. Of course, being Diablo, all of the internal dungeons, they're all still random, fully random dungeons with random elements in the exteriors as well. So you never know what loot you're going to find and what's around the next corner, and that's classic Diablo, right? And that's what people on the PC have come to expect, but we've learned from the PC project. Over the course of a year, we've heard feedback from millions of players. We've taken everything we've learned and many of the updates from the PC version and included them in the console version of the game.
Playing the game, I noticed that it was not possible to rearrange the skills to my liking completely, as it is possible on PC. Is this intentional or just for the demo of the show?
So the demo, we have elective mode turned off, but we have the same PC elective mode, so you can shuffle any of the skills to the skill buttons just like you do on PC.
Is there more tutorial to that? On PC, you're just allowed to do that, but it's so an integral part of the game that I feel that you should explain this to people more. Is there a plan to do that?
We have a lot of tutorials for some of the more hidden features. Like, for example, some of the special items that get you to the secret levels in the game. We've exposed some of that, although some things still have to be discovered. You know, they're a little bit more secret and they're a little more advanced. We do everything we can, though, to tutorialize those elements.
Are there any secrets in the console version that which are not in the PC game?
We tried to keep it on parity with the PC, so the content is the same, but they're new to the players who haven't played it, right? So there are millions of people on console who haven't had a chance or are not aware of the crazy stuff that they can find. In fact, we've tried to give them a little bit more clue, because what happens is you can't just necessarily hop to your web browser when you're sitting on your couch. We want you to stay there, relax, enjoy the game, and discover what's in Diablo as you find it.
When playing in 4-player mode, two players on couch, 2 players from the internet, do all the players see the same loot, or do they have different loot and just get what they are supposed to get?
So you see